Hey everyone, as future teachers, we're going to be teaching in a very diverse classroom. So, do you know what LGBTQ stands for? If you don't, let's find out. This week, we're going to be speaking to the Institute for Sexual Minority Studies and Services. Hello, Michael. Thank you so much for being here.
Delighted to be here.
And as a student, if you don't know about iSMSS, what is iSMSS?
Well, iSMSS stands for the Institute for Sexual Minority Studies and Services. It's part of the Faculty of Education. And we do a lot of work, particularly with students who are going to be teachers in the schools across Alberta or wherever they come from, where they're going back to. And we run some other programs. We do some research. We have a Camp fYrefly, which we run in the summertime for young people. We do fYrefly in school right now. We have a number of high schools around the city and a number of other programs like that.
What's the specific type of program that you are holding? I know Camp fYrefly is a huge one. Do you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, the Camp fYrefly, we've been running for about 8 years now, I think, will be. And actually, we do it in 3 cities, in Calgary and in Saskatchewan. It's for young people ages 14 to 21 who are questioning or gay or lesbian or trans, whatever they kind of see themselves. They come for a long weekend. It's a leadership camp. It's to give them the strength to and the knowledge so that they can go back to their school. Do well and feel proud of who they are and build their self-confidence and the rest. And it's fun.
Of course it is. And as students, how can we get more involved with iSMSS? I know a lot of students have been asking that question.
Yeah. Well, we do have our own website under that iSMSS here at the university, but we're on the 5th floor of Education North. You can always stop in at the office. We got lots of materials, and we all have good staff. We'll be happy to see and chat with you about it all.
And I've heard about this really cool website called www.nohomophobes.com.
Yes, that was an initiative, again, of the Institute with a local company here in town to produce that website. And it looks at some terms that people use oftentimes in a negative way about gays and lesbians, that's homophobic. It's following people on Twitter, and it's real time, shows what people are saying and captures that. It's quite dramatic because I think most of us don't realize how much of that is that goes on. And the numbers are staggering when you look at it over a period of some days. And I think it's really important for particularly people who are students who are going to be teachers. I think it gives them a sense of what young people are kind of dealing with. And if someone is gay and lesbian and somebody's kind of going after them, twittering, I think they see when they watch that how difficult it is and how captivating. It's hard to pull away.
Yeah, absolutely. And any last words of advice for young teachers? Like, I'm going into my APT, and I know a lot of students are going to IBT, APT. Any words of advice from the iSMSS perspective for young students that are going into their teaching practicum?
I think to be knowledgeable that in classrooms across Alberta, you are likely to run into young people who identify as gay, lesbian, or trans. And in any school, in any classroom, between them and their friends and their families, there's likely 3 or 4 young people that will have questions for you that you need to be a bit aware of so that you can be the kind of teacher that makes a difference in their lives.
Well, thank you so much for enlightening us, Michael. You're lovely.
Thank you. Delighted to be here.
Now we have the lovely Alexis Hillyard from iSMSS, and she's here actually to talk to us about Pride Week. So Alexis, thank you so much again for being on our show.
It's my pleasure.
And what is Pride Week?
Pride Week is a really awesome 10-day celebration to celebrate our LGBTQ students and staff and faculty here on campus and all of the University of Alberta campuses. It's from February 26th till March 8th, 2014, kicking off with Pink T-shirt Day and ending with a really awesome talk by Laverne Cox from Orange is the New Black. It's just going to be fantastic.
And how do you get more information on Pride Week?
So we have a specific website for Pride Week. It's prideweek.ualberta.ca. All of the event information is there, information about accessibility, how to get involved. So just go to the website, or you can stop by iSMSS, chat with us. We're on the 5th floor of Education North. You can't miss us. Our offices are covered in rainbows.
And what are some positions that we could actually volunteer for as an education student?
Great question. So we have over 15 events planned. So each event will need different things like event hosting, event setup, working with our panelists and speakers. There's behind the scenes things like putting up posters, making buttons, helping to organize our volunteers. There's tons of things you can do.
And you said it was in February.
Yeah, February 26th until March 8th.
Perfect. And is the event free for the public?
It is, yeah. We have a couple events. Well, one in particular that's ticketed, the Coming Out monologues. Most other events are all free for public, students, and staff.
And how long has Pride Week been going on?
This is the second year. So our first one was in 2013, around the same time. And we had great support from education students, from the ESA, to really help make it a success. So we look forward to more of that this year.
And any last words of wisdom as well? I know Michael said a couple words, but any last words of wisdom for any teachers aspiring, going into the field and doing their IPT or APT?
Yeah. I just think that we're always learning, we're always growing. And so don't be scared if this is an area that you don't have a lot of knowledge about. That's okay. It's so great to ask questions, get resources, and continually growing as a practicing professional.
And last question, I know you guys are also speaking at Education Week, so could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. We have a session next week at Education Week talking about creating safe spaces on campus, but also in the classroom. So relating to inclusive spaces for LGBTQ students here on campus, but also in the teaching profession. So it'll be a good jam. We're going to play some games, do some activities, and look at some stats. So
absolutely. So we'll all see you guys on Education Week and Pride Week. Better be there. Thank you so much, Alexis.
Thank you.